Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the wonderful world you are tuning in from. This is Jesse Brower coming at you live from the tuition-free School of Entrepreneurship show. Today we have a special guest, and her name is Cece Tan. She's a real estate entrepreneur in 2020, so we're going to talk to her today about how you can become a real estate entrepreneur in 2020. I'm not one, but she is one, and we're going to learn from her wisdom. We're going to pick her brain and find out more about her expertise and about her entrepreneurial journey and how she got to where she is today, and how you can also do the same thing. For those of you who are just tuning into the show for the first time, you've never watched the show before, once again, my name is Jesse Brower, and this is the tuition-free School of Entrepreneurship show. The purpose of this show is to inspire entrepreneurship around the world with a specific focus on the Philippines. As you can see in my background, there's the Chocolate Hills. I lived in Bohol, Philippines for 3 years, and I fell in love with the Philippines and decided I wanted to teach entrepreneurship there. In fact, we just rented the location for our first physical location in Tagbilaran City, Bohol, Philippines, and we're basically taking possession of that property this week, and we're going to convert that into a call center and also a school during the day. So we're really moving forward with the plans to have tuition-free School of Entrepreneurship in the Philippines, and this show is one way for me to interview experts and for us all to learn. So with that being said, we're going to introduce Cece Tan. So Cece, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background, kind of like how you started out, maybe where you're from, and why you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Jesse, for having me here. And again, if good morning, everyone. So for people in the US, for sure, it's good evening, right? I'm used to like Pacific time, so most likely it's about 7:40, like their time now.
Right.
But yeah. So again, my name is Cece. I currently co-own a virtual assistant company that is handling or that's actually helping out people in real estate. So pretty much our company is called We Are Market People. So as I've mentioned, we are full service company that's been helping real estate investors and real estate agents exclusively in lead generation as well, just like what you are doing, virtual staffing, and then business development. I didn't know that you're from Bohol, but I'm actually in Manila, like to be exact, in Taguig City. So it's just beside PGC. I'm not sure if you've been there.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
in Arizona right now, but this is a green screen. So, but I lived in Bohol for 3 years, so that was a lot of fun.
yeah, I bet so. I haven't been in Bohol, but I think I should consider. I think my aunt is actually from Bohol, so I'm looking forward to actually see it in person too.
Oh, it's
So
great. It's really a great place. Right. So tell us a little bit more about your background and how come you're an entrepreneur.
So pretty much, just like everyone else, I think everyone else that's in freelance track, I'm pretty sure you've heard about John Pagulayan. So that's everything. That's how everyone almost like in the freelancing business started out. So pretty much, I'm part of the tribe as well. But I mean, before I even started out freelancing, I was also in the BPO industry in the Philippines. So as you know, served teleperformance for like about 5 years and then move on to like a bank owned company that's also serving the US. So pretty much in back office team. And I had a difficult pregnancy like back in 2018. So I had to decide to like end the 9 to 5 job. I actually gave birth prematurely. So I have to like really stop working 9 to 5. So pretty much I decided to work from home. I found a client that is so good to me that I now consider to be part of my family. His name is Rich, and he turned out to be my partner in the business. So
Wow.
yeah,
Excellent.
he turned out to be the partner of the business. I was actually the one who convinced him to do the business with me. He rejected me thrice before he said yes to start the virtual assistant company with me. So
Excellent. Excellent. So you focus primarily on virtual assistants for the real estate industry.
that is correct. So most of our virtual assistants are definitely Filipino based as well. So
Right.
they specialize in real estate, equipped with supporting lead generation. So that's through cold calling, SMS campaigns, doing transaction coordination, listing coordination, marketing for real estate, and also doing real estate administrative tasks.
Oh, that's nice. So are you actually managing the texting campaigns from the Philippines?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh,
And
that's interesting. Are
Yeah,
you? So I use a couple of different platforms. I've used Text Magic. I'm also using another platform. But so are you sending out mass text to like to a big list or?
that is correct. Exactly right.
Oh, that's
And I
good.
may be introducing to you like a different system that's been our favorite software so far. It's called REI Reply. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but
Right.
it's a really, really good texting campaign. So if you're using call tools now for cold calling, you may want to try that out because pretty much it's one software tool that has been effective. Plus, it's actually cheaper than the other competitors. So like it has the CRM in one.
Mm.
um, it has
Oh yeah,
CRM.
you
Is
can check it out for sure. I
yeah,
uh,
text
I have
and call
two or
is
three
there.
different platforms that I use, but for the calls themselves, we're using the call tools. But the texting, we use something different. But yeah, I found that texting is a really great way to get your message out and get your word out these days. Um, so I mean, but you weren't always an entrepreneur. You started out, I guess. I guess you said you had a job first, and then you're the second person that I've talked to that said they gave birth prematurely. Was that because you were working nights? Do you think?
Maybe I think so. That really is one of the reason as well, or maybe I'm not sure, but I really had a difficult pregnancy. I think it's because I was also diagnosed before with PCOS, so that's one. But yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's really tough. I talked to somebody else that was working. I think they were in a call center. I interviewed him, and she said she had premature, and she became entrepreneur, and so she's able to work from home as well, and it's been a blessing for her. Um, so let's talk specifically about how to, like, if somebody's watching this show and they just don't even have a clue what we're talking about. Maybe they're just catching the show, and they think, well, maybe they don't have a job, or maybe they have a job and it doesn't pay very much, and they'd like to become an entrepreneur and specifically get involved with serving the real estate market. What are some
Mhm.
of the things that they can do? Like, what is a step one? Where should they start?
Well, the very first thing, if they really want to go ahead and get into the real estate business, number one is really understanding how people in the real estate world actually thinks. Meaning, as you know, it's all about sales. Like not just sales, but also being able to really help out people. Because when I started, my initial goal was really to just be able to help people out. That's my initial goal. Being able to just provide the same opportunity to everyone. So um, pretty much if someone is actually watching this video and they want to go ahead and get into the real estate business,
Right.
definitely understanding real estate people first is the first thing that they needed to do. And definitely I'm happy to share what it is that's been work, and also understanding how valuable it is for them to be able to like generate leads for their clients, because it's actually like everything now revolves within lead generation.
So you're basically is so it sounds like your business is multifaceted in supporting the real estate industry here in the United States. The main kind of money driving factor the lead generation, or is it something else?
Lead generation is one, and also virtual staffing.
I see. Interesting. Yeah, lead generation is one way, guys, where you can make great money, and you can do that from the Philippines. You can do it from here in the United States. If you're watching, she happens. So when you talk about lead generation, are you talking about you're looking for people that are looking to sell their home, or you're looking for people that are looking to buy a home? Like, what are you doing there?
It's actually going to be both. So it depends on what type of clients. As I mentioned, mainly it's going to be for real estate investors and agents. So, for example, for real estate investors, we mainly look for people that wanted to go ahead and sell, because these
Right.
investors would mainly wanted to go ahead and fix and flip the properties, or maybe
Ah,
wholesale the properties. So mainly we serve also wholesalers that want to do marketing for real estate. And for agents, it could be like a buyer's agent or a listing agent. So it could be both. So how we help them is be able to like pull the list for them, mainly find out who are going to be the motivated seller, pull the list for them, prepare the list for them, and at the same time being able to reach out to them via cold calling, SMS campaign, direct mailing. It could also be email marketing. So like all like the 360 part of lead
okay.
generation until the time that we're able to nurture these leads.
So say somebody wants to really get started in this, and they want to get the data. So you also get the data for the client. You get the list.
Correct.
Right. So all right. So you get the data. first, so you're going to find the client. I mean, how do you find a client? Where does somebody go to do that? They go on Craigslist, they go on LinkedIn. Like, where do you get a client?
Funny thing is, Jesse, I never had any issues with finding clients. They find me.
So
They
you're
look for me.
advertising on some platforms for them to find you.
Yes, that is correct. Not really advertising anything. I'm not advertising anything. I think if you guys are watching and you really want to start on this business, just like any other people that's within John Pagulayan's team or the tribe, mainly is being able to like optimize your profile because your profile says a lot. So you have to use that Facebook account of yours, not just a personal tool, but also as a marketing tool for people to know what you're offering. And as I've mentioned, I have never had any issues with finding clients because pretty much they're the one reaching out to me. I never had to
Got
message
it.
anyone, never had to like apply in Upwork. They're now that they're now like really finding us. I'm not sure because they saw that we are active in Facebook and that we've been trying to engage with them on different Facebook groups as well.
So did you
And
have so Facebook groups? So that's a big thing, right? Obviously.
mhm,
So okay, so you made the Facebook page. You optimized your Facebook page to showcase what you're offering, what you're doing. You got involved in groups that had U.S. clients, real estate agents, brokers, investors, those kind of people, right? In the groups, and so you're active in the groups. So people look at your profile, they say, "Well, this is what she does," and so then they send you a message. Did you try adding like a lot of friends from the United States that you knew were into real estate?
I also did that, yes. So pretty much, first thing that I did is optimize my profile. So that's one tip: optimize your profile.
Mm,
Try to join all the groups that you think your potential clients would be hanging out. So the moment you're there, try to like add some people that you feel like would be potential clients. Although I'm not adding them randomly, what I do is I would normally cheer them up. So if they post a thing, like a post a quote or anything, questions or anything, if I know the answer, I answer it. I cheer them up and basically engage from there and add them. And eventually they're either referring clients or they end up being our
nice.
clients.
Well, it's such a huge market. So I guess as long as you're pro and you kind of put yourself out there as a pro, and I think you have to make your image, like you said, look professional. Even if you're just starting out, guys, I mean, you can really label yourself as whatever you want to label yourself as, and just make sure that you can provide a service and you're going to be able to find a client. So whether it be lead generation for real estate, this is an option for you. This is what we're talking about today, or whether it be for some home services or anything that you can think of, whether you're in the Philippines or here, it's companies need leads, they need appointments, they need that's the lifeblood of their business. And if you can find buyers, then you'll never go hungry. And that's really, to me, that's the core of entrepreneurship is if you can find buyers for anything, you can be very successful. It's like I was telling my brother-in-law, make your work, make your full-time job finding buyers for whatever it is you're trying to sell. He was trying to sell hammocks or something. I think he was selling the calamansi juice. He's like a very young man. And I said, look, you just have to find buyers. You make your full, because he says, well, I'm thinking about getting a job in the motorcycle shop. And I said, well, why would you do that? I said, how much money can you make selling the hammock? And he told me he could double his money every time. I said, well, then why don't you make your full-time job finding people to buy that hammock for the time being? I mean, we're talking very elementary, but it's the same no matter what level you're at. If you can find buyers, whether it be for a home or a solar system or a hammock or a beverage, then you're going to be able to get rich if you're good at finding buyers for whatever the thing is. So it's lead generation. It's like appointment setting, people that will potentially buy the product, and you can do that, guys. So and then from the Philippine side, so here's what she's telling you. She created a Facebook page. She optimized it. She said, this is what I do. She went and joined the Facebook groups. She's networking with these people. And then she's getting busy doing it. And so what is it that she's actually doing? Well, she's sending text messages. She's making phone calls. And we're going to find out a little bit more about the details of that. So you say you get the data, you find the list for the real estate agent. And so how do you do that?
So we are actually using different tool. Mainly, the main tool that we're using for generating leads is going to be PropStream. PropStream is like a data aggregator that's being used now by different people in the US for like that's within the real estate industry. So one thing that I also do, since I've mastered at some point, I have mastered and made myself really good at that tool. Is if you'd notice my profile, is also being able to like share value to some other potential clients. Mainly, I share them step by step, step by step things on how to get things done. So just that being in there in play is clients are also seeing you as a professional. So if you want to start this out, really knowing at least one or two tool to start on would really help. So yeah, PropStream. If you want to be in real estate, you may want to check it out. PropStream. It's
What's it
mainly
called?
going
Prop?
to
Prop?
PropStream. It's
Got it.
PropSteam. So
So this
PropStream.
is basically a place where you can find a large list of people, and from there you can begin working them and turning them into prospects for your client, right?
That is true. Correct.
Cool. So that's what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about finding a broad list of people, and then you're gonna work them by sending them a call or a text or a message or an email, and find out who's interested, and then you're narrowing it down. You're kind of filtering it down. Then you're handing these to your client on a silver platter, and they're paying you for it. And you can get paid per lead, or you can get paid a rev share opportunity. And both can be terrific. Both can be profitable for you. I mean, you can get paid on a retainer basis. Every month you get a certain amount, or you can get paid per lead. You can get paid a rev share. The way I like to do it, my favorite is the rev share, because you can really, the client doesn't have to pay anything up front. At the end of the day, they share their profit with you, and you can, it's pretty profitable, as Cece, because I think we had a little
Yes.
venture there for a moment. So there's different ways to get paid on that, and whether, like I said, whether it be real estate, or we can talk about roofing leads, guys. We can talk about solar panels. We can talk about alarm systems, even pest control or water filters. All of these companies need appointments. They need leads. And if you can bring them leads, they will pay you a lot of money. And, you can even convince them to share their profits with you. And that's one
Correct.
of the models that I like is, say, hey, look, I'll get you all of these leads. Maybe just pay something for the advertising cost in the beginning. I'll get you all of these leads. And then you give me a certain percentage or a certain dollar amount per sale. And that's where you can really get rich. Because at that point, it's like they're making money at the same time that you're making money. And so they don't have a problem with it. But they would never hand over that amount of money in the beginning just for a lead, because it's only an opportunity. But at the end of the day, is if it's already a sale and you guys have a good trust relationship built, they're willing to give over, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on a deal, because of the fact that they've just made maybe 15,000 on the deal. So they're willing to share it with you. So that's one model to look at. Another one, like I said, is per lead. You can just sell it and say, hey, this is an appointment. I want, $100 for this. I want $100 per an appointment, or whatever the case may be. And it's the same for all industries, guys. It can be either per lead, it can be rev share, it can even be like a retainer thing where somebody just pays you a couple $1,000s a month to generate as many leads as possible for them. And then, of course, in that situation, there'd probably be a quota that they would expect you to meet a certain number of leads. And so, I mean, it's almost like a per appointment at that point, or a per lead. But this is how you do it. So for her, she's talking about prop share for real estate. You can go out and you can find, what if you wanted to do something for another industry? What if you wanted to do selling water filters to homes? You could just find a white pages. You could load it up into a dialer, and you could start having 2 or 3 people hammer on that and say, have you had your water filter changed yet? And you can then sell those appointments or those leads to any water filter company, et cetera, et cetera. But since this is more about real estate, we're going to get back into it with her and find out more. So you start with PropStream, you get the lead, and then you found the client in the Facebook group, and then at this
Correct.
point you sell it to them. Is that right?
That's correct. So if people are watching now, maybe you don't really need to be, I would say be good at cold calling, because there's just so much that you can offer. Just like what you have mentioned, Jesse. There's just so much that you can offer within real estate. So let's say you don't want to, like, you hate cold calling. That's really then you just have to really find a way in order for you to just generate leads for them, like being able to just pull a leads and then just send it their way, and then have somebody else cold call those
Right.
leads. But
So
yeah,
sometimes the guys will have somebody in house in the States that's calling on the leads.
That is correct. And most of the teams that I have, we have data people, we have cold callers. So mainly, there's just a lot of people that is within the company. It's not just one person and doing everything. Right now, we have like 40 retainers client, like 40 clients in total. So
Nice.
it's growing and growing every day. So like it's crazy because pretty much there's just been a lot of people that's giving us good testimonials. I haven't been had the chance to even upload them because I'm so busy, but um, definitely there's just a lot of people giving us the good results of whatever we're doing. Plus, like if you guys are planning to do or start on lead generation, definitely PropStream is one thing that you have to check out. It's not just really focused on real estate. Like for example, Jesse, if let's say you want to help someone, say they're in the business of maybe what's that called? Maybe they're in the business of construction. Like they want to like offer, say to a home, they want to go ahead and offer repairs. So maybe
Right, right.
yeah, they can also generate leads from PropStream wherein they may see people that have not been like not updating, but they have not been repaired their property like for 20 years ago or so. Maybe these people are also looking to, look for a contractor or something. So those are things you can see
So
there.
you've got 40 clients already, and you've been doing this how long?
Well, we started like we are market people actually started 10 years ago as a digital marketing company, which was founded by Rich, my partner, and then we kind of focused on real estate wholesaling last year. So pretty much that's just that 40 active clients that we've been like working on just started like what a few months ago, not
Wow,
even long ago.
that's great. So you can really scale. So if somebody's watching this and they say, well, how to be a real estate entrepreneur? Maybe they think you're selling houses or you're a real estate agent, but really what you're doing here is you're supporting the industry. So entrepreneurs find problems, guys. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. You find a problem and then you solve it.
Correct.
And so she's been able to find the problems in the real estate niche that need solved. And here she is. Now she's got 40 clients and she's kicking butt, right? Even though she's not a real estate agent, she's not the one selling the houses. She's not going out there and showing the homes. So, but she's a real estate entrepreneur because she has found problems within the real estate industry that need solved. And now here she is profiting from that. So that's incredible. And again, you can do that. So whatever industry you want to get into, just look at it and say, well, okay, what problems are there? What do they need? Leads? They need appointments? Do they need? Okay, that's one thing. And then what else do they need? Maybe they need some administrative stuff, and you can actually create a virtual assistant business like what she has done. It's a good business. I mean, there's guys. The Philippines is a great place to start a virtual assistant business. I mean, people tell me that I should do it. I haven't had any interest really in doing that yet, but if I was in the Philippines and it's like I was, actually doing that, I would consider it. And I think anybody that is living there, it's a real opportunity because you guys, there's tons of businesses here that need administrative stuff and they don't want to pay the full price of the wages and the health insurance and all the crap that goes along with it. So they'd be willing to pay somebody in the Philippines, maybe $800 or $900 a month to take care, or whatever the case may be, to take care of an account and all the administrative stuff on it. So either you could do it yourself or you can go and just be the people that connect, the person who connects the people. You don't even have to do the administrative task yourself. You could just be the people connector and say, okay, well, let me go find a client that needs a virtual assistant. And then let me go find a virtual assistant and then take the, the spread, you make money on it. Right. And just be fair to your people, always pay your employees fairly and, treat them well because that's what you're supposed to do, in the eyes of God, right? You have to do it right by people. You don't just want to profit from them. You want to make sure you're actually providing them a good job and things like that. So, life is good, you guys. I mean, and you have the opportunity to be an entrepreneur. And let's talk a little bit about this thing that you guys are experiencing here or in the Philippines. You've got these lockdowns, you've got the pandemic. So right now, you've got to be an entrepreneur in your mind because some people, I mean, I was talking to a massage therapist. He was out of work and he says, I can't massage anybody anymore. And I said, well, what are you going to do? You're going to have to sell something. You're just going to have to get busy selling. So him and his wife, well, primarily his wife, has started selling cell phones. And now she's profiting and she's showing me, the screenshots of all the cell phones she's selling. And it's great. So no matter what level you're at, guys, whether you want to start up and you want to start a real estate business and you want to support that industry, or if maybe you're just barely starting out, maybe you don't even have a computer, maybe all you have is a cell phone. Look, you can really be an entrepreneur. And with everything that's going on and the lockdowns and this, it's very depressing for the economy. But with that depression comes massive problems that need to be solved. And there will be lots of people that get very rich during this time in the Philippines and in any other country where the lockdown is happening. Like my friend Steve C, he was on the show, and they were very profitable during the pandemic because we're talking about he's solving the problem of people needing to buy things from the computer. He's got his e-commerce business. So you look at it and you say, well, okay, it's like the economy is being strangled by all these regulations, right? Businesses are going out. So there's all these problems that need to be solved. And as an entrepreneur, you can step in and solve them and profit from them while helping people. Maybe it's a restaurant or a business that is going out of business because they have no customers in their restaurant. Maybe you could be the entrepreneur who goes in and says, hey, let's take your business online. Let's find you a delivery boy. And you do that, and then you make money off of it. And now you're the one who flips restaurants into online restaurants, and you go to all the restaurants in Manila and you fix them and you get them back in business doing online with delivery. That's a massive opportunity. And that's just one thing. I'm just saying there's so many different problems that arise from these lockdowns. And if you can be the one to solve them, you can become rich and you can help a lot of people in the process. So, we're talking about entrepreneurship. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about different ways to, solve problems and things. And, so let's go back to Cece and find out a little bit more. So you sell the lead to the real estate person, and I guess it's a simple process. And then what else do you do? I mean, I think you have supportive staff as well. Do people doing like administrative stuff? Is that right?
That's correct. So pretty much we're offering like the 360 system. So we have people that's actually generating leads, and at the same time we do have people that is handling virtual, virtual assistant, assistant services, mainly because pretty much people in real estate are really busy. As you mentioned, you really have to always find a problem within the industry that you want to focus on, and
Right.
be able to like provide a valuable service that actually would make sense to them. Because these people technically cannot, do not have time to even cold call each and every lead that they have, because they may be contacting 5,000 leads, and they wouldn't want to like sit down there and call people, text people, or whatnot. So how we are providing service is mainly be able to like handle that stuff for them, so they can just focus on closing the deals, mainly just focus on the hot leads, so they can turn it into a really good deal, and that from there they can actually just go ahead and generate income and also be able to be really profitable within their business, and also scale up their business. So how right now we have also 40, 40 like almost 40 virtual assistant. I guess I'm not sure, but 30 to 40. I
Mm.
don't count it anymore, because right now we even have like 50, like almost 40 clients inquiring about the service. So it's really, it's a really good business, because real estate is always in demand. It's not like we can
Right.
build a lot, right? So it's always in demand, because when the number of people rises, then that means the more demand that it would be. So yeah, we are assisting them from nurturing the leads and then turning them into an actual deal, helping that client draft contracts, like mainly everything. So we handle everything for them,
Oh,
so
that's
that they
so
can just
terrific.
focus on closing those deals.
That's terrific, guys. So, I mean, if you have questions, reach out to her. I mean, do you welcome that? Do you want people to reach out to you? Do you offer a course or anything at this time?
Definitely. Well, right now I'm in the process of actually building the course. It's also going to be within the tribe, so we call it a skills.com. So I'm now trying to like let you guys know, but it's gonna launch next month, I think. So pretty much we'll be doing some teaser, but definitely we're in the process of building some courses for entrepreneurs like us, and it's not going to be super expensive like other, super expensive classes like the others, but it's really going to be affordable, where you can start. Like I think some of us are just afraid because we don't have a skill to offer, so that resolves it. But pretty much, yes, reach out to me anytime. You see my Facebook account in here, so yeah, I'm free. Like, just message me and I'll be able to like answer. Although it's not going to be real time, but I'll answer.
So, what was the name of that website, or it's not ready yet?
It's not ready yet, but it should be skills.com. It's also hosted within the freelance movement tribe within our
Skills.
skills.com. It's
Wow, how did you get that website URL? That's probably a valuable one. So you had to pay a lot of money for that.
JTL did, but it should be like not the skills, the word skills, but skills. So SKIL. Let me just double check. I'm not sure. SKILC. Hold on, let me double check.
Okay, sure, no problem.
SKILZ. Yeah.
There we go. I got it.
I'm not sure if it's live. Is it? I don't know.
No, but I don't either. But that's going to be the one to check out, guys, once it goes live. So she's going to be offering a course, so you can take step 1, step 2. We tried to break it down kind of today on the show, and kind of also broaden it to other industries, and just kind of let lead generation, appointment setting, problem solving for people is definitely a form of entrepreneurship, and you can make great money doing it. So, but if you want more details on specifically how to support the real estate industry, like Cece Tan is doing, reach out to her, and or check out this link once it goes live, because she's going to be offering, a course or courses to help you guys. And just keep positive, guys. I mean, I'm watching from the other side and I see all the lockdowns and stuff, and I feel real bad for everybody. But guess what? Entrepreneurship is exciting. It can keep your mind busy. You don't have to get depressed. You don't have to be sad. You just go find a problem and solve it. And so you're going to be keeping busy. You're going to be doing something constructive. You're going to be helping people, and you're going to be making money. Okay. So you can be an entrepreneur in 2020, no matter if there's a lockdown, no matter what issue. And as a matter of fact, you can spin it and you can flip it and use it in your favor to make something. So I want to just encourage everybody watching, definitely consider being an entrepreneur. If you are already, just stay the course and, make your goals, set your goals and go after them. It's like I had a goal to make my first school in the Philippines by 2025. And then I did a show, the title was Lazy Goals. And I said, well, I realized that 2025 is a lazy goal. It's so far away. Why was I pushing for 2025? And I said 2021. And then 3 days after I said 2021, we rented the location, because I said, why should I wait till 2021? So if you make a goal, guys, make sure it's not a lazy goal. Make sure it's real and it's not just some fantasy. Like if you can make a goal, go ahead and get busy doing it today, and you can do that. So just stay tuned, watch for more episodes, and you'll see more about how the school is going to grow. I want to get at least 10 locations going in the Philippines. We just got our first, and we're going to be setting that up and having people come and check it out. So, just God bless everyone. Pray for the tuition-free School of Entrepreneurship. Send your prayers to the Father, and because we really want to change the world. We want to change the Philippines. We want 300,000 Filipinos to create a business because of us. And I believe we'll live to see it. So thanks for watching again. Thanks, Cece, for coming on. If you have any final thoughts, now's the time. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and close the show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jesse. I'm really glad that you had me in this show. So I'm really so excited for your goal. That's the same goal that I have for my for everybody that is also a mom like me, is to be able to like work from home. So my goal, if you have a goal to like do that in 2025, my goal for 2021 is at least be able to have my own center as well, at least being able to employ 500 people next year. So
excellent. Wow, I love it.
So yeah, that's my goal. And then there's actually more people that would be coaching within the skills.com. So make sure to check that out. Definitely. So like there's, I think 30 coaches that's also within the tribe that are really, really good at what they're doing. So check it out as soon as possible, like next month. But yeah, thank you so much, Jesse.
You're so welcome. Thanks for coming on the show, and watch out for the next one, guys. I got a couple of more this week. So thank you once again. Bye-bye.
Bye, Jesse.